I think it's pretty safe to assume that this is the very first Call of Duty title that we've gotten in almost 3 freaking years. So today we got some gaming news for you coming right out of Activision, and it is yet another Call of Duty title that they release every single year. And you guys know that I've got a love-hate relationship with Call of Duty titles. I buy the games, Activision gets my yearly $60, and then I kind of, stop playing them because they do some dumb shit and it's just not very fun. But this time might be a little bit different. And I say this every single year, so I could be completely wrong. And, if I'm wrong, then I will own up to it. And it's not the first time that's happened. I've been bamboozled by Activision many times, but I'm really hoping that this is going to be a different story because this is the first time we've gotten a Call of Duty title in almost 3 years. Activision has announced the reveal for their upcoming game by Sledgehammer Studios, Call of Duty World War II. So just from the title alone, it gets my freaking nostalgia going. I'm a very nostalgic person, especially whenever it comes to video games, and especially with Call of Duty because, Modern Warfare Remastered came out. Love that game. I kind of stopped playing it though because they started, introducing supply drops and stuff, and I just didn't want anything to do with that. I'm really hoping that this year is going to be different, and I've got some requests and, some requirements in order for me to really enjoy this game, and I'm going to talk about it in this video. So first of all, I'm glad that the jetpacking bullshit is gone for now. Obviously, future titles will most likely, add jetpacking again because the COD community doesn't know what they want really. It's always changing. Things are like trends are changing like crazy. I'm really hoping that they stick with the boots on the ground formula because that's the aspect that I really enjoy. I like the fact that it is in World War II. Even though World War I really love Battlefield 1. I think that game is really good. I'm like a level 60 and I really do enjoy it. So I think if they take the World War II setting and the World at War formula and really expand on it and have it more focused towards gun skill instead of movement skill, kind of like the past 3 years, because really that's all the advanced movement was. Is it switched the freaking whole focus of the game from gun skill, having really good gun skill, to just straight up being able to move around and kill people faster because you are better at movements. And I think that's the part that that's when Call of Duty started to decline, is because they tried to be like Titanfall too much, and they basically took the whole focus off of gun skill, which is why most people fell in love with the game in the first place, because Call of Duty 4, it was primarily focused with gun skill, and if you didn't have gun skill, then you were not gonna have fun in the game, and you strived and you tried to get better with your gun skill, and that's what made it so freaking addicting. And the whole idea that being better with the movement I think is stupid. I'm glad that they're going back to their roots, I guess you can say. I'm really hoping that they take the formula of World at War and expand on it and make it better, but I've got some requests that I don't want to see in this game. So first of all, supply drops. I think supply drops are going to be in the game because Activision is not going to fuck with their bottom dollar, and because they've got investors and stuff that that they report to, so they're not going to get rid of supply drops anytime soon. DLC exclusivity is going to stay. PlayStation is getting it again, but to really focus up on the supply drop aspect, the things like everything in the supply drops need to be cosmetic only. There does not need to be any guns in supply drops. I think that was such a stupid move for Sledgehammer to make the first time around, so I'm really hoping that they listened to us and they made it all cosmetic only. I don't want to have to work towards variants through scrap. I think scrap was a cool idea, but variants should not be in the game. I think they need to just have DLC weapons. I think that's cool, but I don't want to have to get them in fucking I don't want to have to get them in supply drops. I want to be able to just spend money on the DLC or the season pass and get all of the new guns, just like Battlefield does. The battle packs in Battlefield 1 are cosmetic only. That's just the reality. Now there are some melee weapons and stuff that you can get that are not cosmetic, obviously, but I think that melee weapons should be the only weapons in supply drops that are not cosmetic. That's just the reality. I think that the guns should be core game or DLC. Now, the next request that I have for Sledgehammer and Activision is I don't want to see pink fucking soldiers on the battlefield. Don't do this to me. I want to see fucking Nazis on one side and Americans or British on the other side. It needs to be Allied versus Axis. That's how it should be. None of this, pink soldiers on the fucking battlefield with spikes on their fucking shit and dabbing ass cunts on the battlefield. I don't want to see that. They need to make this game a mature game because that's where their audience is at. Yeah, the younger kids play these these games and they spend a bunch of money on supply drops and shit because it's flashy and they like, you know, having their characters fucking dab at the end of the screen, but no mature player likes that. And that's why a lot of your fans that are mature and older switch to Battlefield. So make this a game, a mature and gritty experience, and some of your core players that, you know, made the franchise will come back. Now, I'm cool with having cosmetic weapon skins. I think there is, you know, some woods, you know, etches that you could do on like a Thompson. I'll put up a picture on the screen. Look at the freaking engraved gold gun right there. And, you know, just having that gun would be so freaking cool. I think that'd be awesome with the freaking barrel drum and stuff. I think that is what it needs to be. I don't want to see any freaking pink or, you know, stupid ass camos. I want this to be a good, you know, mature and gritty experience. I hope they do this, but if they don't, then that right there is going to turn me off of the game a little bit because, you know, I want to be able to kill Nazis. They are in Nazi uniforms, or even, you know, officers, kind of like what Battlefront 2 is going to do. They've got, you know, their officers, their, you know, stormtroopers and stuff like that, but they, you know, stick to the core style of the Battlefield and they don't try to change it up a lot. Now, to talk a little bit more in depth with progression, I want to see a, you know, a really in-depth progression system. I like the Call of Duty formula, but it's kind of gone downhill in my opinion. I think there needs to be a set, you know, 60 or 50 or even 70 levels with, you know, 10 or 15 prestiges, and that's it. I don't want to see 1,000, you know, a rank 1,000 in this game. It's not an MMORPG. There's no reason to have 1,000 levels. Just make it like 60, 55, you know, 70, anywhere in that range, and I'll be cool. And instead of making the game so the primary focus is grinding to just get a weapon, like, you know, with the scrap system, you know, completely remove that. I don't want to see that shit. I want to be able to grind for weapons, you know, the normal way, you know, have to do like challenges and stuff. I think that's cool. You know, I'm fine with having to do like challenges like getting 100 headshots to get a different weapon. I'm down with that, or, you know, the regular level progression and stuff. And I'd like to see the perks get an overhaul and whatnot, and just stuff like that, you know, make the game, you know, really in depth with the progression, kind of like Battlefield 4, just a little bit less stuff, I guess you can say, because you know how Battlefield 4 was like crazy in depth, and I actually love Battlefield 4, so I wouldn't complain if it was that in depth, but you know, make it like Call of Duty, but have the progression fun again. I don't want to have to grind for a fucking weapon for 1,000 hours just to be able to, you know, compete with other players. Now, my last request for Activision and Sledgehammer is, please, for the love of God, don't put skill-based matchmaking into the regular playlist. Have a competitive playlist with actual ranks. Keep that SBMM shit over there. Don't fuck with my matchmaking. I want to be able to destroy noobs, and that's the reality. That's what I enjoy doing. I love destroying noobs, and that's how it needs to stay. But yeah, guys, that's all for this video. Let me know what you thought of it in the comment section below. Hit the like button on the video, subscribe to the channel, and last but not least, Activision, Sledgehammer, don't fuck it up. I'll talk to you guys on the next video. Have a good day.